What's going on, guys? My name is T3 Ace, and welcome to the A Squad. I got another banger for you. We're gonna be doing another Easter egg. We did the Firebase Z Easter egg. This time, we're gonna be doing the Die Machine Easter egg. Also, guys, I'll be streaming on Twitch every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So come watch me. Let's have some fun. I'll leave a link down below. And without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, here we go. Die Machine Easter egg. Alright, so first thing we gotta do, we gotta turn on the power
You're clear, strike team.
in the facility.
Let's get moving, people. Recon the site, eliminate all hostiles.
I demand your silence.
Here we are. Ground zero. Dimensional gates opening around the world. Should have known it would come back to some evil Nazi experiment gone wrong.
Wouldn't be the first time, would it, Major Carver? Team, facility entrance should be just ahead.
Stay dead. Tango removed.
Bonus points.
We should have enough money now to open the door to the facility.
Begone, foul creature. They're dead. Not me. Not today.
doors. Stay frosty.
Looks like Omega Group was correct. They came here and decided to pick up where the Nazis left off.
Seems Omega Group has adopted a certain devil-may-care attitude. I saw the tape. The Soviets sealed this place up in the 40s. Why unseal it? We should turn the power on.
Alright, so we gotta open a few more doors, and then we'll have access to the power. We basically gotta turn it on. So once we turn on the power to the facility, we'll have to stabilize the machine. So there will be 2 green objectives that we have to go to and press. Then once we do that, we'll have to travel into the dark ether.
Keep this going.
I will say make sure before you go into the dark ether that you do have a minimum of 500 bucks. That's a very important step. Got one more door to open.
That shuts you up. Too slow, all of you.
That's the 2 green objectives that we have to go to.
Energy stabilization at 100%. Stabilization restored. Energy generated.
Now we should have a dark ether portal opening up.
My God. Looks a lot like the other dimensional barriers we've encountered. What the hell were these bastards doing?
Alright, now we gotta get to the green objective. This is why we needed at least 500 bucks before. This green objective is a fast travel. And it's gonna cost 500 bucks. Once we go through it, there should be a pack-a-punch part for the machine right next to the area. There it is. And we just gotta take this part to where the Dark Ether portal was. And that will be our new Pack-a-Punch machine location.
Strike team, report. What the hell just happened?
Oh, fuck me. They went through the portal. We should run some diagnostics when they get back to HQ.
Alright, so now the next part of the Easter egg, we gotta wait for a Megaton to spawn. One of those big green monsters. But while we do that, there's 5 blue dots in this room right here. We have to shoot them all to unlock a little cool side quest Easter egg for a free Juggernaut and possibly a DIE Wonder Weapon.
Fetch me their souls.
Alright, so this is one of the locations of the 5 blue dots. This is another location. You gotta make sure to shoot it and make sure that the light of the blue dot goes out. This is number 3. Now this location is behind glass, so no matter how much you shoot it from this angle, it won't work. So we do have the Megaton spawned in. We gotta make sure to kill him. And kill both parts of him. And once we do that, part will spawn at the location of where you killed the second twin of the Megaton.
See what happens when you burn the Ice Queen? I hope you rocked. Too slow, all of you. Back under the bridge, you fucking troll.
There's the yellow key card part. So we gotta take this key card to a computer in the weapons lab, which is the area where the nuke is. So right here, you guys can see this computer. Insert the key card and it'll give you a remote control for the DIE. So now that we have that part, we can go back to the 5 blue dots. Little mini Easter egg. We've gotten 2 of them. That is number 4.
Minimal recoil. That is a good thing.
There we go. So like I said, this blue dot here, you can't really get it from this angle no matter how much you shoot through it, because there's glass and you can't climb on the computers, so you gotta get a different angle to shoot it out. So we've done 4. The last one should be downstairs by the generator. This one is completed. This is the last one. As soon as you shoot all 5 out, you'll be teleported. So a really cool, fun side quest Easter egg. We got a bunch of zombies just partying and dancing around. Should last only about 60 seconds. You'll get teleported back. And you'll see a chest right here. Make sure that the smiley face turns gold before you open the box. You should get a juggernaut Sometimes, just like here, in this case, you get a DIE weapon. But it's not guaranteed. But since we got the key card for the DIE, the remote control, we'll still be able to get the DIE weapon for sure. So we gotta take the remote control to this little hole in the wall, and basically you gotta make zombies walk right in front of the door. It'll suck up some of them, but not all. If you get enough zombies to walk right in front of the door, it'll say systems fully charged. If not, it will say systems on cooldown, which in this case is not a big deal. You just gotta wait a few seconds, and then you'll be able to activate it again, and gotta make more zombies walk in front of the door.
Weapon storage at maximum.
So once it says that, you go back to the hole in the wall, and it should open up this door. You'll get a guaranteed DIE weapon.
Some sort of matter absorption and dispersal unit, whatever the fuck that means.
So now there's this next step, which is the ether scope. And to do this step, you have to travel to the ether 3 different times. Each time there will be a weapon part that you have to find and pick up. Only one weapon part will spawn per ether travel, but there's 3 places that it could spawn in.
I salute.
Now, if you don't have an ether portal spawned, all you have to do is kill zombies, and the more zombies you kill, the more portals will spawn. Alright, so this is the first part that it could spawn in right next to the staircase. The next location will be downstairs in the facility, and it will be right next to the control room inside the pack-a-punch machine room. So in front of us is the control room. Gotta make our way to the pack-a-punch room. And as you guys see, right next to this portal, there should be a part spawned. If there isn't, there's only one place left to check. And that's on top of the crash site. On top of the plane inside in the crash site. There it is.
Your flame is extinguished.
So when you do pick up one of the parts, a whole bunch of plague hounds will spawn. So just keep that in mind. And once you pick up a part at one spot,
Looks like our
the other
strike team
parts
found
will
part of the
not spawn
device.
there.
Any idea what it is?
I'd wager it's from our world, an end station creation. Some sort of interdimensional scanner.
So we do have another portal. We can just travel right back to the ether. Alright, so there's only 2 spots we should check, and you guys can see right here, we found the part right next to the ladder, right next to the staircase. So that means the last part has to be spawned inside the Pack-a-Punch machine room. Once you get all 3 parts, you'll be teleported right back to the overworld. So there are 2 steps that you can do. One of them you'll need a megaton, which is why I've been avoiding killing the megaton. So you'll need to get some ammo for your DIE weapon. Make sure the megaton's still alive. And after you get ammo, you'll want to go back up to the spawn area and go upstairs. You'll see a box sitting on a wall. I'll show you right now. This box right here. You just want to shoot it with your DIE weapon, and it'll fall over, and you'll get a nice little flask, nice little bottle. You want to pick up the bottle and get the megaton to follow you all the way to the crash site area. There's gonna be a tree with like a weird mushroom on it. So you just want to make sure the megaton follows you there. You guys can see, got a bottle over here. And just stand next to the mushroom until the megaton throws one of his toxic blasters.
Looks like it could freeze the balls off a bloodhound.
Then you'll be done with the megaton, so you can just kill them off. Go back to the mushroom, put the bottle there, and all you have to do is wait a while until the mushroom fills up the bottle with the weird liquid. There we go, it should be filled now. Now, second part of this step is we're gonna head over to this area and we're gonna basically suck this canister towards us. So those 2 steps, the mushroom and the canister, those are part of the 4 corners step. I like to call it the 4 corners. And the ether scope is part of another step, a different step. So now that we have 2 steps of the 4 corners done, we could head over to the ether scope and basically assemble it. Should be a crafting bench right underneath the pack-a-punch. Right here.
It's our lucky day, Strike Team. We have new orders from the Director. We are to shut down the dimensional breach in an effort to contain the spread. Suggestions?
I say we shut down the cyclotron. Severing the dimensional connection is our best chance to contain the spread.
So now that we have that done, we have to travel back into the ether, and there's gonna be a diary that we have to pick up in this room.
That computer must have intel on how to shut this place down.
So yes, there's a computer in this room that we have to go to. Right upstairs. And there's the diary. So now we have to find 3 places where there's a small glowing ball that only glows when you get near it. And once you get near it, you'll activate a little dialogue with a doctor, and you have to give him the diary in all these 3 different places. So the first location is right here in the corner.
Anomaly detected. Anomaly detected. Anomaly detected.
There it is.
Processing.
Make sure to activate it and give the diary.
Project End Station, 19th of March, 1944. Yet their soul. Shutting down essential metabolic functions while somehow maintaining semblance of life.
So yeah, I'll have a long dialogue. Once he's done, you can go to this box right here, pour the liquid that we got from the tree, the weird mushroom tree, on this box. And that will be our first completed step of the 4 corners. So the second location for the doctor is in this control room to our right.
April 1944. After radio trial and error. Change these men so much as restore them. And the initial results are encouraging. Slightly. Removing exo-elemental contamination from their brains improved some higher functions and reduced their violent outbursts. But these men are far from restored. Medical trials will continue.
Alright, now that he's done, there should be one last location, and it will be exactly where we assembled the ether scope, so the bench right underneath the pack-a-punch.
Anomaly detect processing.
Will recall the PhD, 22nd of August, 1944. He took losing Normandy to finally get the Führer's attention. Now, at last, he wants to weaponize our findings here at End Station. It was an idea that occurred to me the moment I first conceived of the Vexler. If we can restore the minds of our necrotized soldiers, even just to follow civil commands, we could unleash an undead army on both fronts. Just imagine each brave German who falls in battle rising back up to protect the fatherland. It gives me joy to picture the enemy running in terror from men who cannot die.
So once you get all 3 parts, you'll be teleported instantly back to the overworld. And you'll have to go back to the same room that we took the ether portal in, which is the same room that the diary was in too. So the reason we talked to this guy in 3 different places, this doctor, is because he had a password to give us, and we gotta put that password into the computer. This box right here will unlock your first DIE upgrade.
I may not know much about the weapon, but I know what those words mean. You're about to put the freeze on these SOBs.
Put the password in this computer.
Initializing diversion. Warning. Initialization interrupted. Power required.
Now there's something you don't see in your average evil Nazi secret bunker.
Now, I'm no scientist, but it seems like it could be used to restore brain function in, undead specimens.
Alright, so now that we have one part of the 4 corners done, we need to do the other 3. And each one unlocks a DIE upgrade. So we have to head over to the weapons lab again, and we go down here where we'll put in the empty canister that we got, the one that we sucked up earlier. It will be right under the nuke. And once we do that, we just have to wait for a round of dogs to appear, plague hounds. So every time you get a DIE upgrade, you're gonna want to use your DIE upgrade on one of the corners of the canister, the big canister that's hanging in the middle of weapons lab. And each DIE upgrade is specific to one corner, so you have to make sure to find the right one. You'll know it's the right one because once you start shooting it, it'll start lifting. So you guys can see this one didn't lift, but this one did, which means we got the right one for the cryo DIE upgrade. So now we have to do the other 3 upgrades.
I hope you rock.
There we go, we got a plague hound spawn. Gotta make sure not to kill it until we get it to get near the canister that we put in under the nuke in the weapons lab. Once we get it close enough to the canister, then we can kill the plague count.
Lights out. Yours.
Alright, so we get the plague hound to get near this area. Once he jumps at us, can kill him, and the canister is gonna suck up all his toxic plague, basically.
Yeah, well done. Something that potent could be enough to kill some local plant life.
So once that's done, canister will be glowing yellow, and you can pick it up. And we're gonna use that canister to unlock the second DIA upgrade, which will be right next to the airplane crash site area. There will be a box there which we put the canister on. So you guys can see this box right here. We're gonna put the canister on it, and we're gonna make sure to shoot it. It's gonna melt the box, and we're gonna have the upgrade to the next DIE
Nova
weapon.
5. Well, if that's anything like its sister Nova 6, make sure to keep that thing away from you when firing.
Now we gotta make sure to find the right corner for this upgrade. There it is. Alright, now the next two upgrades will be in the ether. So you gotta make sure to have ether portals spawned in. And it's really important for the first step that you use the ether portal inside the Pack-a-Punch machine room. This step will only work on this portal. If you use the other portal, the crystals, which is what we'll need, won't spawn in. So once we go into the portal, there's gonna be 3 crystals with the blue energy coming from them, and we're gonna basically want to suck them up with our DIE weapon and use that energy that we got from them blast it on a radio, a small radio found inside the Pack-a-Punch machine room. So the first location should be upstairs. In this area to our right, you'll see a bright orange glowing crystal. Make sure you don't use the DIE weapon when you suck up the energy from the crystal. And we're gonna take it to the little radio. So we go downstairs to the right. Right there. Alright, now we gotta do that 2 more times with 2 different crystals. So you can suck up all 3 crystals' energy in the same ether portal. You don't have to wait for another ether portal or another round. You can do it all in the same ether portal travel. But if you do happen to not get there in time because they are spread out and it's a lot of time to go back and forth, you can always just travel back. Just make sure it's in the same portal. Second location is right here, right next to the entrance to the facility. You guys saw the third crystal location on our right to the entrance of this little tunnel leading into the facility. So we'll be back for it. That's 2. So this little box, if you're facing the Pack-a-Punch machine room, that'll be right underneath you to your left side of the Pack-a-Punch machine.
Can confirm.
To the left and a little behind you. Alright, the last crystal location. Gonna go downstairs to the right. There we go. As long as you have the crystal energy sucked up, should be good. So that means even if it travels you back into the overworld like it's doing right here, you'll still have that energy inside your DIE weapon. As you guys can see. There we go. We unlocked the 3rd part of the DIE upgrade. So we have 1 more part left. Make sure to grab the DIE upgrade.
That ammo's electricity based. Bring it back to HQ. I'm sure weapons research will be very interested.
So this metal box right here, this is for the last part. You guys can see it's in the crash site right under the plane, right next to the fast travel portal. There will be a metal box. You gotta shoot it and it will give you a fuse part. Once we get the fuse part, we have to open up a dark ether portal, and we gotta travel to the dark ether again. Once you're in the dark ether, you can travel to this area right here in the weapons lab, right under the nuke where we did the canister. But you won't see anything there unless you're in the dark ether. Alright, so we gotta make our way to the dark ether portal. Go to the weapons lab, go underneath the nuke, and access the last DIE upgrade. Here we go. Give me a little box spawned right here with a machine on top of it. Just gotta put the fuse part on it, and once it's done cutting, which is what it's doing, it's cutting the box, you're getting fast travel back to the overworld. But the box won't be there anymore. So what you have to do is you have to go back into the dark. You have to go back into the airplane crash site, and there will be a small box on top of a truck, which is where you'll find the last DIE weapon upgrade. The truck is going to be down here. Old broken truck. There's a box on top of it. There it is.
It shoots fireballs. You know what that means, don't you? It shoots fireballs.
So we got one corner left. Once we get all 4 corners up, we're gonna have to wait for a megaton to spawn in.
Proceeding with initialization. Warning. Initialization interrupted. Decontamination agent not found.
Wait. If we could restore brain functionality, and stay with me here, to the correct subject, that subject could then help us deactivate the accelerator.
I like where your head's at, Weaver. Is it elaborate? Yes. Dramatic? Assuredly. But it's got legs.
So before we wait for the megaton to spawn in, we have to go back into the dark ether. And we have to go back downstairs to the weapons lab. There's gonna be a little anomaly, like the blue glowing ball that we found when we were talking to the doctor at 3 places. But this time it's gonna be on top, right next to the machine, right next to the computer outside the room. It'll be in this room right here. We gotta make our way upstairs, and outside this room have an anomaly.
No one knows we helped ourselves to whatever this is.
You know perfectly well what it is. Gold. Now for
That's right, the country.
I do not know why they needed gold for a big fish tank, but at least this is to take out.
That is no aquarium, Kalashnik. It looked more like a gas chamber. Fucking Nazis.
Whole place stinks of death, Dmitriev. But you and I will be rich long after bad smell fades away.
So you have a little cool cutscene, two guys just talking. There's gonna be a wrench right where these guys were standing and talking. You're gonna take this wrench, go back into the spawn area. And you're gonna apply the wrench, you're gonna use it 3 times on the tank. Now you will need to buy a Semtex if you don't have one. It's very important that you have a Semtex. So there's the tank. Gotta interact with it 3 times. And kill the zombie that spawns up top. And then nade that little hatch that just opened. Tank is gonna fire at that tree. There's gonna be a little decontamination, a golden ball that you're gonna have to pick up and carry to the machine outside of the computer room. This little ball is going to be spawned right underneath the tree. There it is. I will say that once you do pick up this ball, you're going to have a whole lot of plague hounds spawning, and they're not going to stop spawning. Basically going to try to stop you from carrying it to where it needs to go. So I really recommend just picking it up and just going downstairs to the nuke area, the weapons lab. Sorry, not the weapons lab, the canister that's hanging. So the computer room. And you're gonna put it inside this red glowing machine.
Initialization complete. Deveshla operational. Subject required.
Well,
Alright.
we got plenty of subjects. Ideas?
Ideas? Round up the usual suspects, strike team.
So now this is the round where we have to wait for a megaton. And what we basically have to do is you want to make sure you only have the megaton, that way it's clear area for you, because this next step could get a little tricky. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to lure the megaton, take him to the room where the big hanging canister is, where the computer room is, and you're gonna want to split the megaton into the 2 megaton blasters. Once you do that, you'll have to lure both of them. Make sure to walk each one of them underneath the canister.
Sentry turret available.
So the final boss is coming up pretty soon. Should be only 2 more steps. So I'd recommend really getting ready, getting streaks.
Please.
I would use a
stay dead.
sentry gun. Make sure you have your ability charged up. Pack a punch your weapon, all that. There we go, we got the big guy spawned in. Gotta make sure to clear out everybody. Just leave him and probably 1 or 2 zombies.
Suspects out. Wasted.
So you don't need the Semtex anymore. You just needed it to blow up the hatch on top of the tank.
I'm on form today. Hostile down. Begone, foul creature. Target down.
Alright, now that we got the Megaton all by himself and 1 zombie or 2, we're gonna basically just go down to the canister room, the computer room, and we're gonna wait for him to follow us there, and we'll split him into 2. Alright, so once he's in this room, just make sure to split him into 2. And it will be a little tricky to get them to follow you right underneath the canister. We got one of them in there. We just gotta get the other one. So I has to walk right underneath it.
Proceed to observation.
There we go.
Commence primary function.
So once both of them are in there, you're gonna want to make sure everyone in your squad is inside this room. If you're playing squads, duos, or trios, if you're playing solo, just go inside this room and activate the computer.
Warning. Subject has broken containment.
Damn creature's flown the coop.
This isn't over. Get after him, now!
so now that that's done, we're gonna be left on the last part. And all we have to do is we have to go to this dark ether portal, which is inside this room where we did the DIE weapon Easter egg. And we made all the zombies walk in front of the door. Well, all we gotta do is just take that portal.
Too slow, all of you. They're gone. Your stall has a new home now. You devils cannot touch me. Face too ugly to live. Back off, Bill. Maggot-filled bullet sponge. Throwing C4.
We're sure as shit not gonna find him in the darkness. Options?
Sounds like you need some bait. A metaphorical worm to lure that oversized fish.
Alright, so this portal right here, once we go inside of it, we're gonna basically be on our last step before the final boss. So we're gonna have to find a glowing ball in one of these buildings, an anomaly, and we're basically gonna interact with it, and it's just gonna be a dialogue of the monster talking. So once we go inside this building, to our right, we'll find the anomaly of the guy.
My son, you look at him. I know you cannot hear me, but I must ask you to give me strength. The mega group has given me my orders. I am to restart that infernal machine. In this, I have no say. It is my duty. When it is reactivated, I do not know what will happen. That information is considered very much above my rank, but considering the precautions the others now take, I must face the possibility that I may never see you again. I hope this is not true. I hope that nothing will change, that the world will stay as it is. But I fear I am opening a box that cannot be closed. I will see you both again.
But once that little dialogue is finished, we're gonna be teleported back to the overworld. And in the same spot, there's gonna be a picture that you can pick up. There it is. Once you pick it up, you're gonna be teleported to the final boss. So if you wanna make sure to get streaks, armor,
Exfil option, strike team.
do that before you pick up the picture. And in this final boss fight, we just are gonna have to protect him while the zombies are gonna be flooding from everywhere.
These faces are familiar to me. I knew them once. Years past. They were my senior, my family. I came here to this cursed land to do a job. And they had me. Yet they made me turn on this machine of the damned. It caused horrible things. I caused horrible things. Omega Group, they have big plans. You are here to stop them. I will help you. We will shut off this infernal machine. Close the gateway. It will be the first step. I will repair the damage I have done.
There we go.
Well, how about that? Good thinking. Looks like this thing can deactivate the machine.
Deactivate the accelerator is priority 1, strike team. Nothing can do it. Buy the time it needs.
So there's gonna be 3 parts to this fight, and you're gonna have to protect him at 3 different locations. I will say that make sure to stay alive, because it's more important to do that than to worry about getting the zombies off of him. But yeah, things can get a little crazy.
Extraction window closed.
So every time there's zombies on him, it's gonna stop him from doing completing the progress. There's a little bar on the left that you can see of the progress. So just make sure to get these guys off of him. Here we go, 2 down. So I'm using the cryo-emitter for the DIE weapon because I think it's probably the most helpful upgrade for your DIE weapon.
When you burn with ice cream. Clean shot.
Here we go. Should be done.
It is finished. You must go now. Someday, you'll meet my son and Carter. Tell them I will see you again.
Oh, there we go.
Raptor 1 is inbound, strike team. Get the hell out of there.
We got an exfil. There's gonna be a whole bunch of white shards spawning in. You got 1 minute 20 to exfil, 1 minute 30. You can't walk inside these shards. So I would recommend taking this route right here. Seems to be the only open one.
Raptor 1 is the LZ, Requiem X.
Just make sure to avoid those beams of light because they do a lot of damage. And you can't walk through them.
Raptor 1 on the ground, Requiem. Strike team, we gotta go. Let's move it.
Sentry turret deployed.
Go.
This is Raptor 1. Strike team on board
Easter
for
egg
extract.
is done. GG's.
Requiem, Alpha site just went nuclear. Facility has been destroyed. Good work, strike team. We've closed the breach. But I got a feeling Omega Group is just getting started.
You enjoyed the video? Join the A Squad and make sure to share, like, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, do you want to see me doing more Easter eggs? See ya.